Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm gonna do a little oil change on it and change out the coolant in the Humvee. I've got roughly 700 miles that I've put on it since getting it running. So I wanted to just flush the system, just get any contaminants are in there, get it out of the oil. And I got a brand new coolant tank. Be replacing the old one. This is purely just for aesthetics. The other one's perfectly fine and functional. But I got a good deal on this. I got it on eBay. And let's swap it out. And drain that coolant. Let's get to it. All right, crank this thing up. Let it run. Let it get up nice and warm, operating temperature. We'll dump the oil. All right, it's nice and warm. Let's change it. Okay guys, check this out. So I'm back on Old Trusty again. Another key fob done. It's ridiculous. So I don't know, 70 bucks and 2 key fobs now, and they don't work. Let's pop these fingers. Oh, here they are. Imagine this. Here they are. Both not functional. Raise this hood. Right. Twist, twist, twist. So here's the oil that I use in all my diesel motors, non-synthetic, 1540 weight Rotella. I've used it for years in diesel motors and it's never done me wrong. I will always use it. I don't use anything else in diesels. Any gas motor, I always use Mobil 1. I'm just a stickler with Mobil 1. But diesels, no way. That's what I use right there. Just pop it. It looks good. Check out this magnet here. Wow, it looks really good. Nice. I don't see any kind of coolant, no milkshake. It is dark, really dark, which is, I mean, obviously common for diesel motors. But all in all, that looks really good. Nice. All right, let's get this filter off of here. Let's finish draining that. It looks really good under here, guys. The starter's still doing really good. I mean, there is no leaks under this truck. None. Transfer case, transmission. I mean, everything. I wished I've had other vehicles in the past and they leaked like a sieve. I mean, this thing looks great under here. Drives good. Got my new filter. So I used the cheapest oil filter ever when I first got the Humvee because I kind of just wanted to fill it up with oil and then dump it. But I mean, it started running and it ran good. I was like, well, I'll just put 500 miles on it and then get rid of it. So I had a Walmart filter on here. I just did it to try to save $1. In hindsight, I should have used a good filter to start out with, but whatever. I mean, it's got, I think, yeah, right at 700 miles that I put on it. And on the Humvees, it is impossible to fill the oil filter up. They're completely sideways, so you're just gonna make an ever-loving filthy mess. Hey, we'll get to see if there's any blow-by as well. Let's do this again. Take my cap. Look at that. No blow-by. All right, let's top this thing off and see where it's at. Should be it right here. All right, guys, so the oil is done, it's full. I'm changing out this ugly little duckling right here. So we're gonna get rid of the old ugly one just for aesthetics, because this looks good and I got a heck of a deal on eBay. And got some O'Reilly coolant. Let's get to work. Because I think the capacity on this is like 26 freaking quarts or whatever. I drained all my oil, put it back in the containers. That way I can go ahead and discard this at O'Reilly. All right, guys, so there is a kind of like a drain plug. Let me show you down here for the coolant. Okay, guys, here is basically the drain valve for the coolant. And I thought about buying a new one of these arms just because this one's maybe seen some, I mean, it's it looks a little rough on the outside, but if it looks really bad on the inside and it's kind of starting to rust or something, which, I mean, I don't see any rust in the coolant, I will just order a new one of these elbows and replace it. So I'm just gonna pop it here, let it drain. And again, I've never done a coolant flush on a Humvee. Oh, there was slight rust. Oh, that's a little rough, dude. Oh, there you go. It's green now. Definitely a little rust in there. I'm glad I'm doing this. Dang. That does not look freaking good, dude. I'm not lying. That's not supposed to look that color. Oh well, that's why we're doing some maintenance. Okay guys, while this is still draining, and I am not happy with that color. Maybe that's a better look. And it's definitely got some, all right. I mean, dang. Let's go ahead and remove this while that is still draining. Oh man, guys. Golly, dude. It's not supposed to look like that in there. That was insane. Get up here. What? It's still wrote on here. It actually has a date of 12/6 of 2012 on here, and it was at -35 degrees, what it could handle to. But I know when I first got it, if you remember back like the video 1, it had a tag on there and it had a date in 2016. So I'm assuming that it actually had a flush then. Screwdriver. Gosh, dudes. Oh, that was bad. Oh my gosh. Note to self, your coolant shouldn't look like this. Holy crap. Hey, and why is it I always make a mess? That's what my wife says too. She's like, you can't do any, I try not to make a mess, but I always make a mess. Good riddance, dude. And I only wanted to buy this thing just for looks. I had no idea that coolant would be this bad. This is bad, guys. So I'm gonna, gosh. I popped that upper radiator. Oh, look at that. Man, that's bad. It's not even green anymore. It has a slight hint of green. Here we go. I mean, that is some rust. That is some rust. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to go get a mop bucket real quick before this gets over here on all these chairs. Just want to show you guys the sediment in the bottom of this. Gosh, I don't think you can even see it either. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I mean, it looks like dirt, but that's freaking rust. So I just moved over the hose from the old tank. I cleaned it with some grease lightning. Cleaned it up a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put the garden hose and the upper radiator hose, the lower radiator hose, I'm gonna get down where that elbow is down there and try to blow out some of this rust, because this is bad. I don't like that. This is the dirtiest radiator that I've personally messed with. I mess with a few, I don't do it every day, I'm not a mechanic, but I don't want that in my system, so I'm gonna just flush it out with the hose. And I know with the water and everything, people use distilled water and all that. But there's rust in the bottom of these hoses. Let's blow it out. Second that. I'm gonna remove this one because I'm thinking I can get the hose and the upper radiator hose and maybe flush some of it out right here, and it might just be easier to get to. All right. It's loose. I'm gonna pull this. Oh God! Oh boy! Oh! Coolant shower! Ugh. Sorry. At least it wasn't boiling hot. I literally have that stuff all over me now. Golly, man. What I'm gonna do is go in there and put the hose down in the upper radiator hose. I'm gonna just blast it and let's see what comes out of this thing. It's gonna be bad. How bad is that? Hey, tell me about it if it starts to turn clear. Was it brown?
Yeah, it's brown. Nope, not clear. It's like yellow. The water is brown though, like black.
Oh yeah. But I want the water that's, when I flush it, is it?
I can flush it.
Maddox, you're not in the hole. There you are. Nice. It is turning clear. Do it one more time. Nice.
Is all the stuff okay to get wet?
What stuff?
Like, is it okay to get wet?
What?
The inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you would. Oh, don't do that.
I just
That's soaked. So my kids got me this little Harbor Freight creeper on my birthday. So it's gonna work perfect. Not laying in the agua. All right, the water's coming out clear now. So I'm gonna hit it a few more times with the hose. And it's just coming, so on the upper radiator hose, well, it's not even, that's technically the upper radiator hose, but this other hose goes down, that one right there, that goes on the bottom of the reservoir, and then it goes down to the lower radiator hose, and that one, where that elbow is, that pipe. I'm just gonna flush it a few more times here. Oh. All right, I'm just gonna let it go from there out the drain hole and let that just flush on out. And we should be good to go. Start refilling it. All right, let's put this lower radiator hose on the actual radiator itself. Let's go ahead and reinstall this and get it tightened down. And look at that. You see all that? That is straight rust, guys. Oh my gosh, it's bad. Uh-oh. Hey, what do you think of the rust?
It stinks. And a mess.
Sorry. Can you clean it up for me?
No, I will not clean it up.
Why?
Because it's nasty. It's so gross. It smells like...
It's just coolant, ma'am. Rusty coolant. So everybody, if you're wanting to purchase a Humvee, I would definitely do the coolant flush. It would be high on my priority list. Only because this actually still, I should have showed you guys, it was still at like -30 on the temperature gauge. I don't know why there's so much rust in it, but whatever. Man, that new tank is gonna look beautiful in there. And I am going to have to get down there and find this hose clamp that goes on there, so I'll be back. All right, couldn't film that one. It was just kind of pain in the butt to get to by hand one time. See what it is. All right, now let's go ahead and put these back on. Wow, this looks so much better. So I did not get, there's still coolant all in that block. You guys know that. So I'm gonna, I think I might just fill it with some water and crank it and drain it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take back off this lower radiator hose while it cranks. I gotta get the rest of the rust that's in the block out of here. Good old trusty. This is gonna be crazy. looking clear. That's a good sign. It's one less at 140. Let's turn the heat on. $170. I still got a payment. 200. Just over 2, almost about 210. Come on, fam. All right, guys, this is why I did it. There's definitely some rustish coolant coming back out of it now. So I got it to operating temperature. I turned it off right before the fan kicked on. I was kind of hoping it would kick on, but yeah, that's still coming out of it. So I might even do it again. Just need to get that thermostat to open. Look what I noticed. Freaking dirt daubers. I hate them. Well, they're about to get blasted. All right, so I think I got all the sediment out of that I can right now. I don't know if I got it all out of the block. We can only see once I fill it up. And if I have to drain it again once it's full and all good to go, then I'll drain it again. But that was bad from what I can see, from what I've noticed in the past. There it is right there, you can see. So it is done. All right, we'll match that with water. And gallon 2. Times that by, so that's 5 gallons I've put in there. Water time. Let's go start this thing. We're gonna let it do its thing. We'll be back. Go ahead and check for leaks. We're good there. Alright, you can see some heat. Oh yeah, we're definitely warm. Good check on the temperature. Alright, let's turn the heat on. Temperature's always sitting at 180. Okay. Hang on, let me pop the hood. All right, there's the new tank. And you can actually read this stuff now, chlorophyll in. So it's topped off and everything. It's not overheating. The heat's blowing hot. I'm gonna have to drain it again. There was definitely still stuff in the block because I don't know if I can open this right now and show you. No, it's still blazing hot. Kind of after I let it run there for a while, I put the little, with the balls, you just get some coolant out and it'll tell you what temperature it's at. Well, it still looked like really, really dirty. It looked better than it did before, but it's still dirty. I think I'm gonna have to just go ahead and just do one more flush. Oh well, it's just a couple. I used 2.5 gallons of coolant, and then 2.5 gallons of water is what I ended up putting back in there. So, what is that? 2.5 gallons, 2.5. So that's 5 gallons. So that's 20, more or less 20 quarts that came out of there. But it wasn't enough. So in a couple days, I'll do it again. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know if I have time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I definitely highly recommend this if you got a Humvee and if you haven't done it yet. I guess it was a little playing a little trick on your eyes because you can't really see through this tank. It's definitely not the old one that came out. I couldn't see through it, and I was like, it's got coolant. It's not overheating. It's good. That was really, really bad. And it just shows you I just did a flush on it. I've got to do another one just to get the rest of this crap out of here. So if you haven't done it, I would highly recommend it. Hell, I would do this on any car. You don't really pay attention to it much, and this thing only has 13,000 miles. So I guess it did a lot of sitting, or I don't know, whether maybe the water that they put in there and kind of corroded some stuff. But highly recommend doing a coolant flush. Till next time, guys.